Okay, Algebra 1, Lesson 5, Part A is sets. A set is a well-defined collection of numbers or things. Those numbers or things are called the elements of the set or the members. Elements of the set or the members of the set. Okay, so this is set A. You would read that, set A, when you see an A like that. And then these are the members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the members of the set. They are always put inside those curly braces. And another way this set could be described, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is much shorter, but another way it could be described is the set of counting numbers 1 through 5 inclusive. Okay, some commonly used sets are the natural numbers, which you've seen before. We use a capital N as a symbol for that, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., the numbers you count with. The dot, 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 I don't think I talked about last time, is the name of that is an ellipsis. Okay, the whole numbers are 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, dot, dot, dot. So it's the natural numbers plus 0. The symbol for it is just a W, capital W, and it is the natural numbers and 0. 0 looks like a whole. It's the whole numbers. It's just the natural numbers with that added in. The integers are the whole numbers and their opposites. 0 doesn't have an opposite, but 1, -1, 2, -2, and so on. So this is the whole numbers and their, spelled T-H-E-I-R, opposites. Okay, the symbol for this is a Z. I believe it comes from the German word for integers. And usually, when you see it in print, it's the double Z, like that double R for the real numbers. So I would make that like I'm making a 7, and then try to go kind of parallel to that to finish up my Z. But that's that. On to part B. Absolute value is when we talk about the magnitude or the bigness of a number. Basically, it's how far is it from 0, the distance of a number from 0. So the absolute value of 0 is 0. For everything else, it's just the number, like if it was negative, now it's positive. How far is 3 from 0? 3 units. How far is -3 from 0? 3 units. So you put a negative number in or a positive number, it doesn't matter, it's coming out positive. Okay? That doesn't mean the answer to every problem you see that has an absolute value in it is going to be positive. We'll see here. Alright, so to simplify this, absolute value of -5, that's just 5. But absolute value bars are symbols of inclusion, just like parentheses. So what we do here is work inside the parentheses, inside the absolute value bars first. -11 and a +2, that's -9. So we have the absolute value of -9. I like to make my absolute value bars long, so I don't get, in a hurry and think that one of them is a 1. So I have that, and then that's just 9. Okay, here again, we're working inside those bars first. That negative is on the outside of the absolute values and is not affected by that. Negative is still there. And then absolute value of 20 minus 2 is 18. So we have the opposite of, what's the absolute value of 18? 18. See, we have absolute value, but a negative answer on that. that's it for this part. And now we're on to adding signed numbers. Okay, you would have been doing this before, I believe. And in the Saxon books, they talk about using a number line, which you're probably used to having done in the past. Put 3, 2, 1. So here's my number line. And what you may have done is, okay, 3 minus 2. So I start at 3, minus is left, 1, 2. The answer is 1. It's hard to show just counting on a number line. So in the book, they have these directed arrows. It's also hard to show on your notes. So the directions to your problem set are going to tell you these directed numbers. They use the arrows. So just to demonstrate it in your notes, we won't do this all the time. You may use it in your problem sets. I'm not going to make you, as long as you're not having trouble with these problems. So we have 3, and then subtracting is going to the left on the number line, so minus 2. Hey, look, the answer is 1. Okay, on this one, 3 plus negative 2. So we go to 3 again. Now, plus means you're going to the right, but then it's negative 2. Negative means opposite, so you do the opposite of that, and we're going left again, 2 units. And the answer is 1 again. Subtracting 2 is the same as adding negative 2. Okay? And we use that fact to simplify things when we're doing algebra. In algebra, we combine the operations of addition and subtraction into one operation that we call algebraic addition. This helps us easily solve problems that otherwise would be could be very confusing. Okay, so we're starting with some basic ones, but it'll be very helpful to be able to do algebraic addition. You don't need to be able to do that. Okay, so here's another one. We're adding 3 and negative 5. Okay. I'll go that way a little further. That's probably all I need. Okay, so 3 and then negative 5. So again, negative, as it says add is right, but negative is opposite, so we're going to go left. So same as subtracting 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I made that long enough, and there's my answer, negative 2. Okay, we already know that addition is commutative. This is supposed to be demonstrating it because see the same numbers, just opposite order. When you're given numbers to add, you can choose which order you want to use because you know that adding is commutative and associative. But just to get used to these, using these lines, we'll do this. Negative 5. Okay, so starting at negative 5, and then we're supposed to add 3, so we are going right. 3. 1, 2, 3. Got my arrow long enough. Okay, and then we are at negative 2. See, it doesn't matter if you start 3 plus negative 5 or negative 5 plus 3. Negative 2. Okay. So, down here we have very simple examples. This one I don't think you need any assistance for, but this is just to practice those directed numbers. So, two plus 1. Forget in the book, do they have you, I guess they don't make you go up. If you're continuing the same direction, just an arrow to there, and then one more unit. Hey, the answer is 3. These are both negative. Okay, so we'll go to -2. And then we're adding, which is right, but it's negative, which is opposite, so we're going left. One more unit. And there the answer is -3. +2 plus +1 is +3. -2 plus -1 is -3. Looks like we can add the numbers and keep the sign whenever they're both negative. Alright, now, this one has 4 numbers, so it might be interesting keeping it and having that space. I'm going to move over here, so in case I need to come up that far. Okay, so my number line will be here. It's a little harder to see how far out I have to go now. Let's do this. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, so we're starting at -4. And adding a +2, so right 2. Okay, that takes us to -2. Then we're adding a -1, so left 1. Now we're at -3. Now we're adding a +5, so right 5. I'm going to end up at 2. Try to get my arrow the right way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so 2. There are other ways, other aids besides the number line that I would like to show you in class, but for now, I think we're done.